Today we are revisiting a topic that comes up a lot here, video creators. Should you have a video intro, kind of a branded thing at the beginning of all of your videos here on YouTube or not, and why? That's coming up. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it's Thursday, which means it's time to do some YouTube Q&A with you guys. Space Moses sent me a video asking this.
I'm a little afraid to add an actual video intro to my clips because as I get better with graphic design, I will probably want to go back and change what I've done, and I'm afraid that I won't be able to. So what advice do you have on video intros for YouTube clips?
So yeah, this is actually a really common question. I get lots of tweets and Facebook messages about it and emails, and so I'm glad you're asking this. I actually talk about this a little bit right here, and I talked about, do you actually need one? And that's the first advice that I have, is to consider, do you even really need one? Like if your goal is just to actually feel like more professional, or make it feel like, if all you're gonna do is bounce around your logo a little bit, like, hey, look at me, I have a logo. Like, if it's not actually adding more value to the video or to the viewer, like, I would seriously consider, like, do you even need one in the first place? And we talk a little bit more about that in this video, so go check that out for more information there. I don't repeat myself, you can just watch that and catch up to, get up to speed with that whole point. My second thought is, though, if you are going to use one, you should use it very strategically. Now, I use one here at Video Creators because what I'm actually trying to do, real briefly, in the 5 seconds that I have that there, is actually bring new people up to speed with what this content is all about. Because you have to remember, right, that every single video you do is potentially someone's very first exposure to you. So I have that intro there strategically to say, hey, what you're about to see. Well, first I open up the video like you saw here, like, hey, I'm teasing the value of this video. So the first 15 seconds is pitching what's coming up, so people know, like, okay, yeah, I think I want to stick around for this video, or no, I don't. Like, this isn't for me, and they just leave, right? But hopefully I'm pitching enough value so you know why you want to stick around for the rest of the video. And then if you're like a new viewer here and you, like, maybe this is your first time here, you're like, okay, that sounds interesting. But what I'm doing with that intro is hopefully giving you like the bigger umbrella that, like, this is why we're doing what we're doing. Like, this video is actually part of something, a much bigger theme, which is one, the what, which is mastering the platform. I said master the platform here of YouTube. That's what we're doing. Two, why are we doing it? And I had that right after that is spread your message. And then third, if I was going to add another one, like the goal of mastering YouTube and spreading a message actually to change lives. That's why I have that, just to try to bring new viewers up to speed very, very quickly, but not longer than 5 seconds, because a lot of your viewers actually will have seen that very, very often. So if you have like a 15 to 20, heaven forbid, like a 30-second intro, like, you're gonna bore all of your subscribers, and they're either gonna scrub ahead and just skip it completely, or they're gonna get really tired of that thing in the first place, unless you're like the Shaytards or someone that like as a loyal fan audience or something. But like, most of the time for most of us, like, no longer than 5 seconds if you deem it actually like really absolutely necessary that you have one in the first place. Let me give you guys a couple questions that will hopefully help you evaluate whether or not you actually need an intro. One is, how important is it that you actually need to brand yourself in this way? Like, if you have your logo or you have an intro, like, you're probably, presumably, already branding yourself in other ways, not just on your channel, you know, with the header and icon and things like that, but you're also branding yourself like, hey guys, you know, my name is Tim Schmoyer, welcome to Video Creators. Maybe you're actually saying your brand like right in your videos. So, like, is it absolutely necessary that you also have this visual piece in the beginning? Two, how much background information does a new viewer need to be brought up to speed so that your video that they're about to see actually makes sense? So you can see how this could make sense maybe for some vlogs, if you have like a really quick way of like telling your, again, five seconds, that's all we're talking about here, of like introducing who are the characters of this video and what are they about and why should you care, or, you know, what is our value, or something like that. If you can do that all, like, that could be valuable for people who like have never been introduced to your vlogs before, or your family, if you're a family vlogger, something like that. I could see how that could make sense. If you remember some popular TV shows like The Brady Bunch or Gilligan's Island or Beverly Hillbillies, like, their intro actually was like the story of who these people are and how they got started, to bring them up to speed so that when you started watching the actual episode, you already had an idea, if it was your very first time there, of who these people were and what was going on and how, you know, Jed got struck oil and how it changed his life. And so that kind of gives you a picture of what you're about to see. It kind of sets you up, right? Number three, do you actually have a clear value proposition for your channel that you can communicate very clearly and very succinctly in 5 seconds or less. And if you do, I would say that maybe an intro would be okay. Then at that point, we're saying, hey guys, in every single video, like I'm reminding you, this is what the value of this video is. So for here at Video Creators, I'm reminding you, like the value I'm offering to you guys is that I am helping you master this platform called YouTube, and I'm doing it because I want to help you guys change lives. Like that's the value proposition, and I want to remind everyone of that from the very beginning. So if you have something like that, an intro could be a good reminder both for your subscribers and new people who are coming on. So if you have something like that, then maybe an intro could be worth it. But if you come to all these questions, you're kind of like, maybe I could use an intro, maybe not. Like, just don't use one. If you're not absolutely sure and have a very intentional, strategic reason for using an introduction, branded intro, I would just opt to don't use one. It artificially inflates the length of your videos, makes them appear longer than they really are. Some people just get really bored of it. And if you're not doing it very intentionally, chances are most people aren't really going to find it valuable either. So I would just unless you have a really good reason why you should use one, I would just probably default to not using an intro. But thankfully, YouTube Analytics gives us audience retention scores, so you can go look at those for your videos and see where are people abandoning your video. Is it during your intro, or you lose by the time your intro is over, have you lost 60% of your audience by then? That might be some good suggestions for you to be like, okay, maybe I should drop the intro or redo it or something. But if your audience retention score shows that most people are sticking with your content through your videos, through that intro, and you don't see any drop off as a result, then maybe it could be an indicator that yes, my intro is actually helping and enhancing my videos, not detracting from it. The other part of your question is that you're wondering that in the future, as your editing skills increase, you'll kind of be embarrassed by this really lousy old intro that you have, but you won't be able to go back and replace it because it's already embedded part of the video. And that is absolutely true, and there's nothing that you can do about that. So if you decide to use an intro, I would say do the best job you can right now, and then just don't worry about it. If you upgrade it later, just update it later. If you are looking to make a really slick video intro, you want to do something that's pretty cheap and do it rather quickly, maybe 10 minutes or less. I made another video which you can check out right here. So I'll give you guys some instructions and show you how to make a video intro in 10 minutes or less and make it really slick. So that is right there, so go check that out. And if you guys have any ideas or input on whether or not you should use an intro for your videos or when you shouldn't, and if you do, what elements should it include and how long should it be, and anything you guys have learned, please comment below and let the rest of us know. And if this is a question that you are currently wrestling with, I highly recommend that you go down there and read some of the comments that other people are leaving, because there's always really good, valuable, helpful stuff down there from other people here in the video creators community. So go check that out. And if this is your first time here and you are not part of the video creators community, I would love to have you subscribe. Every week we do some YouTube Q&A just like this. If you guys have a question that you would like me to answer, you would like to submit a video of yourself asking that question, I will put a link in the description text below this video where you can go and just click and upload your video to me. I'd love to put you right here just like I did today. That'd be awesome. On Tuesdays, we take a look at online video news and talk about the implications that all the updates and changes have for us as creators. And then on Wednesdays, I give you guys some YouTube tips and ideas and advice and suggestions. And Thursdays, we do this all because I really believe, like I said, a lot of you guys have messages that can really change lives and make this world a better place. And I want to do all I can to help you guys spread those messages so that it changes lives. So thank you for letting me be a part of helping you guys grow your audiences and your channels here on YouTube. Subscribe, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.